Okay, everybody, I have my M16A1 parts kit out here again today. And if you'll recall last week, I was shooting this Turin stuff with a Magpul, Magpul mag. I mean PMag, not Magpul. So it's a PMag plastic magazine. I've not really ever had trouble with this before, but I suspect this ammo is crap. So I didn't have any other magazines out here the last time. So this time I brought some different mags. I got this one here. This is a Duramag. It's a metal. And this ammo has got an oily film on it as well. I don't know if that was a problem. So I just know I was getting double feeds and failure to eject. So I'm going to load a few and see if it was a magazine problem or if it was indeed crappy ammo, which in my opinion it was crappy ammo. Alright. So I also I dropped this firearm last week and I think it bumped my scope. So I don't know, but that could have been the ammo as well because I wasn't getting anything to work right. So we're going to try it today and see if it was a mag issue or shitty ammo. And there it is, right off the bat. Different mag. Failure to... It didn't... They loaded the next round, but it didn't chamber properly. It's in the chamber, but it's not... It didn't, the bolt, I don't know how to say this, it didn't go into the bolt properly. The extractor didn't go over the rim. So, yeah. My opinion, this ammo is crap. Don't buy this stuff. It is completely crap. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It doesn't work in my gun. I've never had any problem with any other ammo I've shot. I'm pretty doggone sure it's not the firearm. So now I have some Brazilian-made ammunition. That's CBC, and see if I can find some. Yeah, it's made in Brazil, and hopefully they got a little better quality control than this Turkish crap I've been shooting here. So I'm going to put this all back. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this stuff. Probably work in a bolt action gun, but I do not have a bolt action 5.56/223. Okay, so let's try the Brazilian ammo. It's 55 grain ammo. It's full metal jacket. Let's hope we get a little more quality control with this stuff than with the Brazilian. It doesn't have that waxy, oily film feel to it. There's 5 rounds. We're locked in. Ready to fire. Let's try it again. Okay, now I got another problem. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe it is the firearm. Didn't have any, it didn't want to fire. Okay. We're in Sonata.
1 minute to ceasefire. 1 minute to ceasefire.
There we go. Okay. I think I got a problem with my bolt. And we got a minute to ceasefire. So we'll look at it after the ceasefire. I don't know what that was all about. I pulled the bolt out, took it apart. I got a different mag in here. I have no idea why I'm doing that. The hammer and everything looked okay. That's crazy. I don't know what's going on here. I think I chambered around, didn't I? Nope. Alright. Looks like we're good. That's 5 rounds for the magazine. Alright. And this is actually the magazine for my Setney L. Says 223 5.56 AL. Says 9 and 8, whatever that means. It's a Duramag. Speed, it says. And I don't know what the issue was with my firearm. I took it apart and it worked. It seemed to be okay. I clean it after every time I shoot it, so that's definitely an issue. Alright, let's try this mag again. Looks good. This is a long, tall mag, so. Five rounds, worked just fine. So I'm going to try the P-Mag again. See if it works with this ammo. You see it fly out of there? Might have been why we were having double feeds. Yeah. Five rounds in the Pro Mag, P Mag, locked in. Put it on safe. Okay. Yeah, magazine's touching the bench, whatever. Safety off. 5 I guess I only loaded 4. All right. So they all work. So this Brazilian stuff, CBC ammo, works just fine. Cycles just fine. This is crap. Anybody that's thinking about buying it, don't buy it. It is complete crap, and I've got a bunch of it that I can't use. Big waste of money, and I'm kind of pissed off about it. Cheap isn't always better, and that's on me. So yeah, I want to see where I'm hitting, because part of the problem might have been this cheap ammo. Okay. Yeah, I'm shooting low and left a little bit. Got a bunch of holes in there from the 303, but it's easy to tell the difference between 303 and 5.56. So, and I got this old Mosin kit that I really like. We'll go right a few clicks, and we're going to come up a few clicks. Like I said, the gun dropped. It was sitting in the rack behind me last time I had it out, and it dropped on the ground. Matter of fact, my Bren just fell on the ground a little bit ago. If there's anybody from Turin that wants to give me my money back, that'd be great. This stuff is crap. You ought to be ashamed of selling this stuff. Okay, we're clear. See how much I moved it. Moved it a little too far to the right. Nice tight group though. And a little up. I'll go left. Let's go left. And we're going to go up. Tell you, these little Mosin toolkits come in handy. That one's a little too far forward. Oh, popped out. Yeah. You don't really need these 20, 30 round mags at the range. And I don't think, this magazine, even though it's cheap and a lot of people complain about them, this PMag it works just fine with this Brazilian ammo. So, this Turkish stuff is crap. And the Brazilian ammo, the CBC stuff, that's good ammo. Okay. Alright. Gun is clear. Back on safe. Okay. I think we're getting there. We'll creep up a little more. Yeah, this scope works okay for a cheap scope. One of these days I'll reload for this.
Ceasefire. 1 minute to ceasefire.
Now we got a minute to ceasefire. Alright, pause the camera and go at it after ceasefire. Okay, I went to pick my brass up, and I don't know if you can see that. That is a blown primer, and that is why my firearm wouldn't function. And when I pulled the bolt out and looked inside here, the primer must have fell out of the gun, so the primer was jamming the gun. The Turin stuff, I had that same problem last time out. It was blowing primers as well. The CBC stuff, the primers got a sealer around them, and the Turin stuff do not. The CBC stuff is a better quality ammo. It's more consistent, and I don't know if these primer pockets are just bigger on the Turin stuff or what. So if I didn't say it before, let me tell you again, don't buy this stuff. It's crap. And that's what was wrong with my firearm, why it would not fire. Also, I saved my brass, but that Turin stuff, I was picking it up, but I will be sorting that out and throwing it away, because I don't know if the primer pockets are bad or it's just the inconsistency in their process of loading this ammo. Either way, don't buy it. Alright, so I'm just dialing the scope back in. Put it on fire. Very consistent. And that's pretty doggone good. They're all in the bullseye. And just a tad high, I'm leaving it right there. I'm going to put up another target at the break and show you. Alright, so that was short and sweet, but I don't want to waste any more ammo on an old target. Well, I'll show you what my final shots were with the M16A1 parts kit with the CBC ammo. And you'll see my scattergun pattern shots with the Bren as well. So I started out right here and then started getting the group here when I did the scope adjustment, and then my last adjustment that was there. So I'm going to set up another target and shoot for groups again. Time flies when you're having fun. I've been out here for a while, and if you watch my previous video on the Bren, that's an ongoing project. I'll be taking that home and taking that apart to diagnose whatever the issue may be with that. Okay. But I'm about ready to go home. I'm going to do a few more shots with the CVC ammo. I'm really happy with it. My firearm likes it. This is another one. I know I have, you probably heard me say it before. I have a lot of favorite guns, and this is one of them. This was a fun build too. It was so easy to build. There was really no machining or anything. It was just, put parts together. I wish I could find an original Colt lower I could convert to semi-auto, and this would be an all original parts kit. And yeah, the Colt lowers are almost impossible to find. This is a reproduction H&R lower, and it's very well made. I like it, but I'd really like to have an all Colt M16A1 kit. Alright, so I want to take my time, and the magazine is sitting on the table. I don't think it'll hurt anything. There's 5 shots. I'll turn the safety on. Let's see what that looks like. Huh, maybe sitting on that magazine does make a difference. Alright. Okay. Let's try the other mag. Thought I had this dialed in. That looked like they were shooting a little low. And it was resting on the mag, so that may have been the problem. Click in. I had one in the chamber. Good thing I had safety on. You should always check the chamber. I didn't do it. But if you follow all the other safety protocols, you shouldn't have an issue. Like keeping your gun pointed down range. Safety's on. Off, I mean. Alright. Let's get comfortable here. Come on, don't tell me Ah, give me a second. I want to check that round. Find it. It didn't pick up the next round. I thought I had that mag in there good. Maybe I didn't. Safety on. Yeah, that's what the problem was. Sitting on that magazine affected the point impact. Let's do a couple headshots here. You're not safety off, Scott. All right. Right between the ears. Oh, I didn't mean to do that one. All right, I wonder if he's dead. Oh yeah, he's dead. Yeah. Wow. Wow. I really like this stuff. This is good ammo. Really good ammo. Really, really good ammo. CBC. Now, what the heck? There we go. I'm not sponsored. Nobody pays me. I'm not promoting this for anything other than I'm just trying the ammo to see if it works. So no, I'm not selling anything. I'm just showing you what that turn ammo was like, and then the CBC stuff. It's not expensive ammo, and it is very well made ammo. It's consistent. The primer pockets the primers are sealed. My gun really likes it. It's the 55 grain stuff. For those of you that are shooting the M16A1, it's really, I'm really liking this ammo. I'm going to get another box out and shoot it some more. Too bad it's getting late in the day. I should be heading home. But, yeah, I'm liking this. Well, folks, I'm done for the day. I'm going home. This is a lot of fun. I really wish I could stay longer, but I have other things to do. I've already stayed longer than I really should have. But you have seen what I think of that turn ammo. I've heard from other people from the last time out with this that they weren't satisfied with it either. This is a scope I got off of Amazon, and it's a decent scope for what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm happy with it. You know, this is just I like the old stuff. The old guns are kind of a blast from the past, and someday when I'm gone, I'll pass these on to somebody else that hopefully will take care of them and enjoy them like I have. We all remember, we who are in the collector world, we're merely caretakers. We don't really own them. They are pieces of history that, in my opinion, should be passed on to someone else when we're done with them. And a lasting legacy, I guess. And something to consider when you're getting up there in age like I am, that you get some arrangements made. I know I'm talking on about things other than this gun, but that's something I need to take care of too. Um, but I get back on track. Anybody that has an experience with that Turin ammo, let me know what you think. Um, it's sad that that kind of crap gets put on the market, and you spend that kind of money on stuff, and it's crap. I'm at a loss for words as to what else to say. It's really sad that people allow themselves to be taken advantage of, and it's my fault too. You know, like I said before, cheap isn't always better. And again, I'm not selling anything. I'm not promoting anything, even though it sounds like it. I'm doing a comparison and what my thoughts and opinions are on the ammo that I use today. Plus, I get to go out and play with my M16A1 semi-automatic rifle. Um, the barrel I got was from Brownell. I don't know that you can buy an M16A1 original barrel. If you can, it'd be something I'd be looking at. Plus, an original Colt receiver that can be converted to semi-auto. Then everything would be pretty much original. So, all right, I'm going to quit rambling. Y'all have a great day and let me know what you think in the comments. All right. So, I am going to show you what it looks like with the CBC ammo. And I'm very pleased with it. It's good stuff. If you're watching in Brazil, you guys did a good job making this stuff. So, this was when I had the mag, when I was resting on the magazine, and then when I put the shorter mag in, it brought it back up to where my point aim should be, where my scope is at. Uh-oh. And these were some headshots I did just to see what it would do. And I didn't bring my stapler, and the wind is blowing my thing around. Okay, well, you know what? I wanted to shoot some more, but I really need to go home. So that's all I'm going to do today. Y'all have a great day.